This video is brought to you by my awesome sponsors. Make sure to check out the affiliate links in the description below. Thanks again for all the support.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Matt and welcome to Forza Motorsport Update 2.0. Today we are racing as an Audi R8 GT3 car on the very newly released Yas Marina circuit. Of course, this is the full layout. And I wanted to take a moment today and during these now monthly updates, I'll do kind of like a monthly video discussing the update. And I wanted to kind of also discuss my thoughts on Forza Motorsport as a whole. And the discussion topic today is, as we all know, the release was rocky at best. It really was not good, but I don't think a lot of AAA games nowadays really have stellar launches. The only one that I can really think of was Alan Wake 2, and that was because Remedy did an amazing job optimizing just the game perfectly for PC, and they spent a lot of time doing that. But as far as like AAA games go nowadays, it's just like they really aren't that well optimized for PC. For console, they might be all right, but Forza Motorsport, even on console, was kind of a struggle. So this being released in mid-October, well, early access was early October. So we are now a month after release. And how is this game doing? It's a little bit of an interesting point. As far as redeeming itself, there have been multiple performance patches, and Update 2.0 still has a good quantity of patches that they've added to the game for stability. A lot of multiplayer patches. Replay itself is still broken. I think that's going to be broken for quite some time yet, which is going to be a little bit unfortunate. But I won't hold my breath waiting for that one. The interesting thing with this month is that we are starting to see the game offer, starting that offering of game as a live service. So we've got the first new track, obviously Yas Marina. Woohoo. Then we've got multiple cars, spotlight cars specifically. 2013 Aston Martin V12 Vantage, Lamborghini Aventador Super Veloce, the 2017 Mazda MX-5 Cup car. I am super excited about that, and interestingly enough, it seems like a lot of the community is as well, so we can finally have those recreations of closed matches that we've seen on actual race days. So again, very excited for that. Coming into this tight chicane here, I'm going to focus for a moment. Traction control is not on. This car is very much so slippy in the rear end. So as you've noticed, I've had quite a few drifts like that one there. That was kind of a little bit of a subtle one. Ease it on through. Couple of other quick cars here. 2011 Bugatti Veyron Super Sport. 2017 Sailing S7 LM. Didn't realize that they were still making that car in 2017. And of course, the 2022 Gordon Murray Automotive T50. Very excited for that one. I don't think that car has actually been featured in any game yet. So I cannot wait to unlock that and actually give it a try because, like I said, man oh man, is that going to be a real fun car. The thing that I'm appreciating with Turn 10 is kind of like what Gran Turismo has been doing, or rather Polyphony has been doing in Gran Turismo, where on a weekly basis there's a new type of multiplayer event that you can focus on. And with Polyphony, the thing that I struggle with a little bit is that it doesn't seem like that they're, from what I can at least tell, that they're a huge fluctuation and variety of cars. I may be wrong. I'm sorry for pissing off a lot of community there if I'm being wrong, but it just seems like over the lifespan of Gran Turismo 7, like, you get like a couple of classes of cars that you play in the multiplayer, and then that's really it. The thing that I enjoy about Turn 10, at least by the looks of these multiplayer events, is that there is a little bit more emphasis on older cars. And as you can tell with Gran Turismo, you can buy a lot of really cool old cars, but you just can't really ever use them. So more or less my point being is that there's Vintage Le Mans from November 16th to the 22nd. And then the Subaru BRZ Spec Series, 23rd to the 29th. The Birth of the Grand Prix, which again is kind of another historic one, from November 30th to December 6th. And then finally, Forza P2 Series, which is December 7th through December 13th. So, weird to say this, but kudos to Turn 10 for actually utilizing its car list. It's very unfortunate that, again, you can buy over 500 cars, well, 400 and some odd, in Gran Turismo 7, and you use about 50 of them. Forza Motorsport does definitely not seem like a car collecting game like Gran Turismo 7 is. So putting emphasis on the cars that you do actually buy, making sure you actually use them. Weird to say, it's a really nice feature. How many times do I have to turn the wheel? There we go. Well, I'm not sure if you all just saw exactly what happened. I was well ahead of the pack. I decided to take a moment and wait up for them so I could have a little bit more engaging racing while I was discussing the more recent Forza Motorsport update. I wanted to do some donuts, as you do, and it was weird because when I was doing donuts, I wasn't getting enough rotation out of the car for whatever reason. So I would rotate the wheel, and I kept rotating it and rotating it and rotating it, and it's like the in game it was locked, but the wheel itself was still able to go. I wasn't really getting much feedback saying I was at its limit. Eventually, I kept going and going and going. I did kind of get a donut going, and then I felt something pop. And then you do anything with the wheel one way or another, you get absolutely zero resistance. So I will say that I didn't do my due diligence. This was on the previous version of the Fanatic drivers. I was on 451 instead of 452. And as you can tell here, we're plugged in. Like, pedals are fine, but can't do a force feedback test. And whenever you rotate the wheel, nothing shows up here at all. It is currently nearly 1 a.m. Central Time. I should have done this video earlier. I should have done my firmware updates earlier. But when life gives you lemons, make lemonade with it. So join me for the next video series of me working with Fanatic's customer service on how to get this wheel fixed, whether it involves me sending it over to them or maybe they're able to get it fixed remote, We'll find out. I don't know if you saw that, but the motor is working. Motor. Oh, thank God. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not used your wheel in a while, make sure to check for firmware updates. And if your recent game that you're playing after a while has had a couple of updates, make sure to check your firmware. Oh, that was the scariest thing I have potentially ever dealt with. Sitting here going, wow, my $600 product is now a very expensive paperweight. It puts me in a slightly better mood, but still very agitated at turn 10 for the bugginess of their game. I tried to do some donuts and it wouldn't register when the wheel would stop spinning, to the point that I felt something move in it, and no matter what I would do, the wheel will just spin and not register in my system, even after a computer restart. And even after a firmware update, I had to literally turn it off, unplug it, plug it back in, and then like recalibrate everything. So yeah, I am not happy. The bugginess of this game to nearly break, or what felt like was about to break a peripheral, is absolutely unacceptable in my mind. And it's one of the more popular ones too. I mean, yes, it's nowhere on the same level as the Logitech G290, but I feel like Fnatic is getting up there where it's, you should have fairly good compatibility with this. So absolutely acceptable. And this is on the heels too that I had to spend probably half an hour just trying to get the graphical settings right to get a stable 60 frames a second. With DLSS and having to restart the game multiple times, it just... So as far as redemption goes, this game has a very, very, very long way to go in my mind. It's like they didn't have a QA team and they're letting the fans do the quality testing. So yeah, I'm glad that they're adding content that should have been there early on. I'm glad that they're adding more cars, I suppose. But Turn 10 has got a long journey ahead of them. I don't think it's going to be ready in 6 months. I think it's going to be like No Man's Sky, where it takes literal years to get this up and ready. So I honestly don't know if Turn 10 is already working on the quote-unquote sequel to this game, or if they are going to make this like their Fortnite, where it's like they just continually update this game forever for like the next decade. And if that's the case, the movement to a completely brand new game engine, we all know, is not an easy task. The movement of creating a brand new gaming engine and then basing a physics heavy game off of it is no easy task, is no easy undertaking. So I'll give them that. But do 6 years, more than 6 years working on this damn thing, and it's still a buggy mess. It's like, what in the hell have you done in those 6 years? And even the quality of the graphics is questionable at times, as to not even be up to par as their last game, but to be comparable to 2 games ago. I wish I hadn't spent so much time in this game, because I would have refunded a while ago. So my apologies for having a really sour outlook and a really sour taste in my mouth over this game. I'm done. So again, like I said, my apologies for kind of a weird video. Sorry for the negativity. Sorry for the venting. Sorry for a lot of things here. It's late. I didn't get sleep. So stay tuned next week for a better produced video, and just not Forza. I've got a couple other video ideas that I can do with this game, but in the current state that it's in, I just am really struggling to continue to support Turn 10 in this. It's like, I've given them my money. I'm not getting it back. So the best I can do is either continue enjoying it, but enjoying it is kind of far-fetched at this point. If I have a heart attack thinking they broke my damn wheel. So again, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day today. Stay tuned for what comes next week. And next week is Thanksgiving. So for those who celebrate, happy Thanksgiving. And we'll see you on Black Friday. So again, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a good day today. Take care. Bye.